Hello, everybody. Welcome to IML Academy. What we're going to be going over today is pullbacks. Pullbacks is very important as long as you combine them with the other technicals such as the trend lines, the price reversal zones, the support and resistance lines. These all play into a key factor when it comes to having trade setups to make you feel more comfortable to press that buy or sell button. Now, what pullbacks are it's pretty much the main confirmation necessary to confirm the actual continuation of a trend. I'm going to say that again one more time. It is the main confirmation necessary to confirm the actual continuation of a trend. Now, the reason why pullbacks are so important is because it really gives us that visual confirmation for us to enter based off a couple key things. Okay. Number one that we have to apply into this whole thing is patience. Okay. You guys have already watched the support and resistance, the price reversal zone video. So we're going to utilize those two visual tools, those confirmations, to help with identifying the pullbacks. Okay, so what I have drawn up right now is on EUR JPY. Okay, I drew out these levels, right, where there's previous resistance and support, previous resistance and support, and previous resistance and support. Now the main focus for pullbacks is really for the continuation of a trend, and the way that we do that is very simple. A way that I've used that's helped me is, when I call support resistance, I really mean, like the floor and the ceiling. Now, in order for me to confirm, right, that it's actually going into an uptrend, I need it to do something very simple. As I see an area of resistance before or a ceiling, I need price to break above it, to break the ceiling, and to test that ceiling as a newfound floor. As you guys can see, as another example right here, ceiling, resistance, ceiling. I need price to break above that ceiling and resistance and to test as a newfound floor. Okay, as you guys can see over here, you have an area of resistance. Okay, and you see it break that resistance slash ceiling and become support, or also known as a newfound floor. Okay, now there's a couple key things that help me, really strategically know exactly where price is going to move. Okay, when I see these movements, the most important part of the pullback, okay, the most important part of the pullback is these areas right here. Now, the reason why it's so important, I'm gonna change the color on this for you guys so you guys can see clearly. Okay, the reason why it's so important is because in order for me to see if an area is going to be strong when it breaks, to test again as a newfound floor, this is for an uptrend, I'm going to break down the downtrend after, is you're going to see this push, you're going to see this move, right, this initial momentum move, okay, right, this initial push, and then what you're going to see is the real move. Then you're going to see this push, and then you're going to see the real move, and then you're going to see a push, and then you're going to see the real move. Our main focus is to capture, the real moves behind this whole thing. Now, in order for that to happen, whatever area, if you can see on this cursor right here, these crosshairs, you have a horizontal and vertical line, pretty much an extended crosshair everywhere I go. So if I see that price is breaking above, I utilize that horizontal line to see which area of resistance or the ceiling that it broke. Now I'm going to know that this area is important, okay? So that way when price comes down to test this area, which it did twice, and respects it, I know that this ceiling is now respected as a floor, okay? The reason why this move is so important is because look, I see it break using my horizontal and vertical crosshairs to the left. Boom, I see it break this area of resistance. I see it come, then it breaks a little bit, comes back up, tests it, closes above it. So now it is the newfound floor. I see this push. This push dictates which area that it breaks. Now, whichever area that it breaks, I know that is now a level within the market for me to watch to see exactly if it tests within that area. Okay, so I'm gonna do pretty much a recap of this part, and I'm going to break down the downtrend, okay? So we could keep it, simple and straight to the point. Initial push, breaks the ceiling. I utilize my horizontal crosshair part, right, to see which area it breaks. It broke over here. I'm going to utilize this level. Okay, awesome. It comes and it tests perfectly. Okay, then I see it coming up, right? I see level of resistance and a ceiling here that it broke above. Okay, it broke above it, and now it's testing. Then I look to my left and I see this break. I use my horizontal part of the crosshair. Boom, it broke this area. So now I know this is an area for it to test. What did it do? Price came and perfectly went to that area. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys an example on a downtrend. All right, so I see this area. Now, if you look closely, right, you have an area of support. Yes, price did break a little bit over here and it closed above it. That means that area was still respected. Okay, if I utilize these zones, right? If I utilize the zones, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to highlight pretty much the areas of where we could be entering for the trade setup. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. It's very simple. If I don't see the pullbacks happening, then I don't enter. There's no reason for me to force, trade setups, especially if I don't have the proper confirmations in line. Okay, so pretty much going to trail this whole thing so you guys can see clearly. Okay, and I'm going to break it down for you guys in detail on the power of the pullback, right? Just like it's going for an uptrend, we could do the same thing for a downtrend, all right? So I'm utilizing the technicals that we went over in the previous videos, okay? And I want you to look closely on this. Very powerful stuff here, guys. Very powerful stuff. Pullbacks is very important because then it just shows you the continuation of a trend. All right. I'm going to make this in super good detail for you guys so you guys can see clearly. Okay, let's start. All right. All right. So I have levels within the market. All right. I'm going to highlight the areas I'm going to be looking at for setups. If it's in a downtrend, what I'm looking for is possible short positions. Okay. Possible short positions. I'm going to highlight those areas for you so you can see. And so you can see how strategic we could get when entering these trades. Now, the reason why I even, started utilizing the power pullbacks was I started to notice that, when we first start trading, we're always looking for those proper entries. We always want those reversals, but in all reality, the big moves are just continuing with the trend. Okay. I'm going to highlight the pieces from the areas of the entry so you can understand and see visually on every piece that you'd be capturing by utilizing this technique or this confirmation. Okay, it allowed me to capture every single piece of the market as long as all my confirmations are in line with everything. Okay, even just going all the way down here. All right, move this all the way across. All right, so look at this pullbacks. As you can see, for this downtrend, there is a level of support or a previous floor. Price broke support, aka the floor, and we waited and were patient, and then boom, and it hit. Support now became resistance. The floor now became the ceiling, right? Same thing over here. Look to the left, right? What did it break? What did it break? Using these horizontal lines in the crosshair, when it broke this level of a floor. What did price do? Tested multiple times, came back up and tested, and then it dropped. When it dropped, using the horizontal line, where did it break? Oh, it broke right here, this floor. So now we're being patient and we're waiting for price to come up and to test that level of a floor as a newfound area of a ceiling. Level of a floor here, it broke, came up and tested as a ceiling. Price continued to break here and broke this level of a floor. What did it do? Came back up to test as the ceiling. Price broke this area, started to continue all the way back up. Well, look, there's a level of a floor here, and a floor here. Came back up to test as the ceiling. When it broke this floor right here, it tested as a ceiling. That is the power of pullbacks. What we're doing is we're being patient and waiting for a price to react so that we could respond in the markets and to capture our piece of market structure. As you guys can see, just from pullbacks alone, you're able to obtain the major parts of the move. And if you can see, these are average of what? 140 pips. Okay. Is an average of, let's see how many pips this is right here. All right. 272 pips. Even this little mini one, 101 pips. All right. 388 pips. Like, it's very, very powerful. And the beauty behind it, which we'll go into twin trading in the next videos, is that we could literally take our piece and still have entries still here riding out and collecting most of the profits. So just to recap, what pullbacks are is just the confirmation that is continuing with that trend. As you guys can see from over here, we waited for it to break the ceiling to become the floor, break the ceiling to become the floor, right? Break the ceiling over here to become the floor for an uptrend. For a downtrend, we want price to break the floor and become the ceiling. Break the floor and become the ceiling. Break the floor and become the ceiling. Okay? So that is the power of pullbacks. I'll see you guys in the next video of how we put everything together to enter for trade setups. I appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next video.